Well, that's awesome.
Yeah. It's good, huh?
That is pretty cool. Do that in your spare time?
Yeah. Just,
You did.
Just when I'm hanging around.
Well, here, I guess, out of the gate, I want to understand, tell me the difference in your survey as opposed to what Don kind of talked about yesterday as the state of the industry.
Well, I think we're both trying to measure the industry. Our survey starts with sports events planners, event owners, rights holders, NGBs. Those, of course, are our readers. We also include sports commissions and CVBs and other sorts. Comes out, I guess.
Well, one cool thing is that you were sharing kind of backstage was that the numbers that you would all come together were remarkably similar.
They really were, and Don and I were talking. I told him that our growth rate in the industry that we'd come up with 6.7%, I believe, and he said the number they'd come up with was 6.5. So we sort of validated each other's, and we went about it in different ways to come back to that number. We felt like that was a good indicator that we're on the right track.
So then, in your eyes, the big question is, how are we doing as an industry?
Well, that's where we start. That's where we want to look and what we want to measure at first. So
that's right. Well, then how do you see this compare? I mean, you talk about this. What about other, in terms of travel sectors, and where is it going to compare along those lines economically?
Well, we looked at like other travel sectors, and of course, the meetings industry. So it's a good industry to be in.
So why do you
stable?
It is, and why do you think it is that you stayed so consistent in terms of this industry?
If you look at some of the individual statistics that we've measured, we won't go too far into those, but let's look at these like athlete spending per event. And
based on the survey, you can kind of keep going with where you're headed about number of athletes. Tell us more about the outlook for 2012. I know you got some more some data to show.
Well, we were looking at how we've been able to maintain this, and we see where spending is kind of per athlete now, and this is just an indicator, right? So getting in more events, it drives the numbers up pretty exponentially.
That's a kind of a factor fueling the growth. Are there factors that we can really, focus in on that have fueled this growth that we're talking about, the consistent growth?
Well, yeah, this is where there's a difference of opinion based on our survey. And in our survey, destination.
Go ahead. You threw this. I wrote this down, and it blew my mind. So 7 out of 10 quit by age 14.
Yep.
And I think in one of theirs says if we just add 2 to that.
If we go down to 5 out of 10,
right,
which is still pretty dismal, right? We could increase our market by an estimated $2 billion a year instantly.
That's B.
B.
Yeah.
B billion.